Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the moment we have all been waiting for. It's grand final time here for BTS America's 3. KotLGuy here, going to be bringing you the coverage. I'm going to be joined by my good buddy, my partner in crime, Maut Dota, by my side. Archon versus Digital Chaos here, Maut. I'm looking forward to this one. How you feeling today before we actually break down the matchup?
Turn to ban.
All right, Maut, hold on a second. I don't hear you. We're off to a fantastic start. That's probably a problem on my end here. Let me go ahead and just wiggle this fucking thing. Hello, Maut? Talk again? Hi.
Test.
Hi, how you doing there? Sorry, the Mautism was leaking through into my hardware. We got it leaked and fixed, and I'm sorry, my friend. How you doing?
No, it's okay. I thought it was actually my fault for a second there. I'm glad it was on you, but I'm doing pretty good. Very excited for this. This is the grand finals, I believe, of this tournament, and Digital Chaos versus Archon. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You can feel it.
Comes out of top, and I don't know, man. Like, I haven't seen that much of Archon recently because they got out pretty early in Canada Cup. They of course didn't make it through. They weren't. They didn't get into the qualifiers for Captain's Draft. I've seen a lot of DC recently. They've been playing both good and bad. They just finished up a series earlier today against Virtus Pro where they got pretty heavily trounced, I'd say, 2-0. So, and they also have Mason standing in, which I think is very, very interesting, Dakota.
It is very interesting. So, no Yawar today. I don't know if this is a continuation of trial and error or just kind of auditioning, or maybe Yawar not feeling too well. We don't know what the case is, but nonetheless, they are going to be rolling with 4 of their 5 official roster, while Archon are going to have their full 5-man setup. So, before we get into the draft, first pick's about to get underway. I do want to say, this is our third now, BTS Americas. I remember way back, Maut, you should remember this as well. Our very first BTS America Grand Final was with me and you, and we got to cast Root Gaming versus Champions of Summer's Rift. And in that matchup, Root Gaming had Moo, had Monkeys Forever, had Fluff. So here they are, returning champions, looking to kind of reclaim their title. And in between that, of course, we had BTS Americas 2, which was me and Blaze at the time, and that was Team Imagine, which we know as Leviathan, going against Cloud9. So here we are for our 3rd edition, Maut, and Team Archon kind of reincarnated back in the grand finals once again, and they're going to be opening up with an early Chen commitment. All right.
Yeah, this is not a huge surprise coming out from Archon, and they're just a solid damn team. I can't wait to see how they play. Moo is actually like one of the, if not the best, like one of the best players, one of the best offlaners as well in the American region. And this is chock full of amazing offlaners. You have Brax, you have Bulba, you have Universe, and now you have Moo as well. Moo is a god. Moo is actually amazing at the game Dota 2. And we'll see what they pick up for him. It's not going to be Furion. They do like to give him a lot of like Timber Saw. Slaughter is what you used to be pretty good at. Maybe some Void as well. But they're going to bring out the Chen first and foremost, which is not a surprise because of Fluff and Stuff, who is a great microer and just somebody that loves to play in the jungle, I think, a lot, Dakota.
And speaking of junglers, an early commitment to Nature's Prophet, and then the secondary grab's going to be a Witch Doctor here. So Nature's Prophet, he is now a part of this new, extremely flexible kind of a role where many teams considering him as a one-position safe lane support from your, like EG has been running that a lot, all the way to just kind of getting him set up in the off lane to be a bit of a nuisance and offer that plan B, which is being able to split pressure and try to stall the game out for your potential late game core. So DC not kind of putting out too much information there. Still some top-notch grabs available, though. Earth Spirit's out there. Faceless Void is still out there. Top lane mid laners, you know, like Death Prophet, let's say, OD. Still a very succulent pool of heroes out there, Maut. Up for the take.
Yeah, there's a lot to grab here, and obviously it's a very good idea to ban out Enchantress and Lone Druid, and Digital Chaos has a lot of trouble with specifically the Enchantress earlier today as well. You talked about the Nature's Prophet. Bobo plays this extraordinarily well. I think he's probably the best Nature's Prophet in the American region. I think probably better than Universe. I don't see Universe play this hero a lot, and Bobo often has it banned against him, and he plays it so damn well. So it'll probably play to the offlane role. You talked about the positioning that you could play it in, and I think Bobo's going to play it there, and they pick up the Witch Doctor as well. But Archon will go for the Whitebeard special. They pick up the Tusk. I mean, we've seen him play this hero all the time, even after he got nerfed. Like, this hero is still very good for Whitebeard, so good choice from Archon.
I know, but like a Tusk over an Earth Spirit, that is a bit peculiar to me. I know Earth Spirit did receive that baby nerf, but that certainly does not change the potential of the hero whatsoever, especially in a 4-position role where you're not going to even really be getting an Agnum Scepter till like its luxury state. So his whole early game, you know, pressure on the lanes, his mid game, the first time you get magnetized and create that first chaotic team fight, that is all still there. And it's interesting just to see. But I guess some of the things that Tusk can offer that an Earth Spirit can't is he is better at being able to, you know, I guess outspam a bit. His shards can kind of clear up the waves. Better maybe defensive mechanisms there with the soul or the snowball being available. So I'm curious to see why Archon went for the Tusk over anything else. It's going to be interesting.
Looking over their past couple of games, they've really just not played the Whitebeard Earth Spirit that much, which is very interesting because you talked about it's a very good hero, and Whitebeard plays it pretty damn well. He's very fond of the Earth Spirit. In fact, he's played more Tusk than Earth Spirit in the past couple of days, and the last time they played this team, Digital Chaos was the one that actually picked up the Earth Spirit. We'll see if that's going to be the case. If 1437 plays the Witch Doctor, they go for the Earth Spirit onto AUI 2000.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of other options left in terms of supports, in terms of just a lot of heroes. I do like the fact that Digital Chaos did ban out the Timbersaw. We talked about it a bit for Moon, how good he is with that hero. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
You know, and I got to put the footnote out there for anyone who wasn't watching the games yesterday, which I don't blame you. I believe the Canada Cup final was yesterday at the same time. So Owie had played a 4-position Lifestealer, a jungling Lifestealer with an Iron Talon, benefiting a lot from using the open wounds and the burst damage that the Talon does bring. It was a fun sight to see and certainly helped propel them into what felt like a smooth victory. Not going to be seeing it this time, though. Bounty Hunter now coming out from DC. And with Archon already committing both of their supports, they know they don't have to worry about something pesky like a Spirit Breaker, for example. So they're hoping that they're going to be able to cause a ruckus in the laning phase, poke at the mid lane a bit, poke at the side lane a bit, and then once he picks up that track, really swell up the economy and just starve out Team Archon if possible.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I think this is a very good pick. They love Bounty Hunter as well. AOI 2000 is a very big hero pool, and Bounty Hunter is just one of those heroes that's going to cause a lot of problems for the Chen. Like, you're going to roam in the jungle, you're going to just try to take him down as quickly as possible, or just leech experience. Just be pesky, steal a couple of creeps, you use your Janata, essentially, and eventually when you level up, you can take the Chen down with a couple of Shuriken tosses and maybe some help, some roaming supports coming out from your team. So they're going to shadow, I think, the Chen as much as they can. They'll put some pressure on mid as well. Archon are going to respond to this by going with Legion Commander. So they have Press the Attack, which is pretty good as a buff.
Double jungle,
really
that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Jungle LC recently. I actually saw it last night, I think, for Complexity, and they won with it as a Jungle LC. But I think, does Press the Attack remove track? I imagine it would.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they pick it. I think that's probably why that's one of the reasons they want to go for it, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to be funny because, you know, back during... not MDL, but I guess more of the summit. That was when really the peaking moment from that offlane Abaddon was coming out, and I actually thought for a moment that maybe that'd be something they consider because the shield also removes the track, but the Legion Commander also does offer outspams. The same thing I said about the Tusk, you know, having the obviously nuke power to remove those pesky trees. So I wonder if she just kind of fits the bill, and obviously a joke making it a double jungling kind of a thing, but. We'll have to see where it goes from here. Excuse me. Digital Chaos, though, with their 4th pick, grab up the puck right now. So you kind of already look at their lineup and you're like, I'm a bit nervous for their late game here. Don't really have a lot to kind of fall back on as far as hardcore late game potential. So I wonder if they're going to be working against the timer right now, or at least baking it into some one huge support like a Spectre, like a Morph, a Terrorblade, I don't know, something crazy like that. And then Archon now pick up the 4th pick Templar Assassin, a Radiant side Templar Assassin here, Maut.
That's pretty good. They could stock up the jungle. They could go to the Ancients. They could work with that. I'm sure that'll be fine. It's interesting. I'm not sure. It's just really good, I guess, roaming gang squad with like Chentas, Templar Assassin. If you get caught by any 3 of those, like those 3 heroes, you're going to fall like later on down the road, especially when side traps are picked up. It's just a good mid laner, and it's pretty good against Puck too. Obviously, with Refraction, you won't be able to take them down very quickly. It's pretty good against Bounty Hunter as well with Refraction to stay alive, and I think this is a good choice, and I think Archon just want to
10
play something mid for them. That works out, honestly, that they're comfortable with.
Definitely need something safe in the mid lane.
5
You're
seconds
expecting that the
remaining.
bounty hunter could pop up at some moments. I know that the bounty hunter is probably first and foremost going to be
Reserve time.
delegated to being a nuisance to this Chen in the jungle, but he always will also probably
Dire
be a
team
potential
pick.
presence towards that mid lane, and TA kind of having that option to refraction on up and get away from the trouble is nice, but she's hoping to not be too much on the defensive here. So bounty hunter is going to have his hands full, a lot of bases to cover there, and for DC, that late game
Team
core, they're going to be
Archon's
grabbing
turn
up
to pick.
the Weaver now. So their lineup does feel like it lacks a bit of like that tanky, muscly kind of frontliner, but more going for control, elusive, hard-hitting damage. So very interesting. It's going to require a lot of lockdown and catch to be able to catch DC's lineup.
I mean, that's the thing. They're very elusive. They are very mobile. They can all of a
10
sudden have
seconds
like
remaining.
a couple of heroes in the team fight seemingly out of nowhere. Puck will jump in with a blink dagger Furion will
5
TP, and
seconds
Weaver's very
remaining.
elusive in terms of his Shikuchi. Like you said, there's not really that tanky hero, but with Treants, with the Puck dropping up the
Reserve
Dream
time.
Coil, they'll have really good control. The biggest issue is I think the Archon Legion Commander pick was very strong. Legion Commander is going to do very well against a lot of these heroes if we can catch them. They're all very squishy, and so with some duels as well as the right click or essentially just burst damage coming out from Archon, they can kill plenty of people during duels, plenty of people during the team fight. And Digital Chaos has okay damage early on in the game, but they really have to get Weaver started up early, and hopefully he can transition into maybe a Lincoln Sphere for against that duel, and the Lincoln Sphere, and then into a Desolator later on as well. So the damage is okay, and they can snowball out of control with a Bounty Hunter and a Nature's Prophet, but it comes down to, can they survive with all these tanky heroes on Archon's side and all the heals that they have going their way as well?
We're going to have to see if that's the case. Final grab, Brewmaster here. So there's your 5-on-5 spread for game number 1 of this grand final matchup for BTS Americas 3. Coming down to the final grind, and Brewmaster, great potential. I don't know if this is going to cause a bit of a
10
lane swap
seconds
at all
remaining.
here. Monkey's Forever picking up the TA, but
5 seconds
we'll
remaining.
have to see. I mean, the Dragon Haze could be valuable early against the laning setup, but Puck is not one to be so reliant on the last hitting game, at least not as intense as maybe something like a Viper or a Razor, let's say. But
Prepare
nonetheless,
for
we're going to get
battle.
underway here, so let's get started. DC are going to be having the dire side right now, and well, as they begin their early roam towards the bottom, Owie is going to be already holding a Ward of Peace here. He's got his Orb of Venom ready to go, and we'll have to see. Archon have to anticipate that there's going to be some sort of early movement. If they want to block out the jungle, I don't know if they want to consider defending it at all, or maybe they have something else in store here for Fluff's Chen. I don't know if they have to go as far as maybe offensive jungle, but we'll have to see what's up there.
I don't know if that's going to help. I imagine the Bounty Hunter is going to make it so that anywhere Fluff goes, he goes. And if Fluff is able to actually, or rather, if the Bounty Hunter AUI 2000 is actually able to get some damage off on Fluff, then all of a sudden you have a TP coming in from the Furion. And that's more than likely going to be enough for a kill if the Chen is low. So this Chen is going to have a really rough time. They're going to have to
30 seconds to battle.
try to keep him safe. They're going to have some good wards and good sentry placements as well in order to keep him safe. But also what could happen is AUI could just be like, all right, well, you could jungle, and I'll, be a nuisance to you eventually. But I want to more focus on mid lane and try to bring down Monkeys Forever, at least, do a little harassment there. So Fluff could be okay, but I doubt that will be the case in this game, Dakota.
Looks like top rune will be long to Archon here. Moo continues to scout out the
battle
bottom rune a bit.
begins.
Owie is nearby, but he's not looking to make his first move yet. But now we'll begin to poke at him, see if he can force Moo to start chewing through those tangos right away. But Moo has prepared for a bit of harassment in this lane with a stout shield and with 8 tangos. So he's expecting to take a bit of a beating here. This was an audible call from Archon to kind of put Moo down here at the solo. He'll be matched up against Mason here, with some assistance from Theban coming out. So what do you think about the landing setup that Archon has been going for and the way that DC are going to be responding to it?
Well, I like the aggro dual lanes for both squads, but I think the Radiant one is going to be a bit better because you have a lot of damage and a lot of HP and tankiness. Boba's going to have a tough time here. He should be able to right-click in last hit still pretty effectively, but I don't know. Bottom lane, they could kill Legion, but he's got overwhelming odds to press the attack, so he's going to be fast and he can heal up. They're going to go for the cask and just zone him out, but they might need a third hero down there with AUI 2000. He, however, is going to roam on mid and look for monkeys. No refractions up. He hits him up. He's got the Orb of Venom. The Tango will fly through. He's going to eat the other sentry with AUI popping down the sentry and eating it with the Tango. Nicely done.
Yep. And committing a branch for the extra bit of regen there to get the other eaten. Now Fluff has shown up. He already has the Wild Wing going to that newer camp first. And they're going to try to force Owie back here. Resolution up on the other side will jaunt to the lower ground to make it away. But now the Tornado comes out, and the Harpy Wing begins to go to work right now. And Fluff is already going to be taking his business to that bottom lane. We'll have to see if it's for assistance or not. I wager he anticipates he's not going to be having a safe jungle to work with. Doesn't even see any of the camps at the moment. Looks like Theban has stepped out of the game for a moment, so we'll pause and wait for his hopeful immediate return. But can't, it won't be an online event if there isn't some sort of pause or stall or hold up in some way. There,
right. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. It's bound to happen. I wanted to say, though, Skype does not seem to be working for me very well.
Do you want to switch
Would you
over
like
to
to take
else?
this over to Discord? Perhaps your Discord?
Yeah, let's give that a shot. I'm going to hang up on you right now, and I'll meet you in my channel, okay? All right, guys, so while we're paused here, let me just pop over here, get this connected. Hello!
All right, we're here. We did it.
We've made the switch now. We'll have to see if this is going to be going a bit better. I'm sure it will be.
I mean, it was just like lagging, and so it was like lagging behind. And
yeah, I noticed you were dropping off a little bit, but it was hard to tell because it still would come back perfectly in a sentence. So I'm like, did he really have like a moment where he's like, and go, or if it was
no, it was like lagging. I don't know,
brain
dude.
lag or real lag.
It was real lag and brain lag. There's a little bit of both. I mean, autism's happening on a daily basis, so you have to understand. But we're back in the game, ready to go.
Yeah, but see, then Beard's AFK, just take it upon themselves. Like, oh, he's gone. I'm going to go ahead
and
we
went
get
to the bathroom.
Let me go get a drink. No big deal. It's a grand final. Oh,
I made dinner. It's like I went and made dinner while you guys were gone. It's fine.
Do you guys mind if I just eat this real quick? Is this a big deal?
I'm making like eggs, guys. You want any scrambled eggs? They are all together on the team house, I believe, still. So, and they have done very well recently. They've won a lot of games. And when G is called, both teams, this is probably like between these three teams, Archon, DC, and Complexity. Those are the top three. Yeah. Elite Wolves are close, but they got trounced by Complexity last night, and they've been playing well. But this is going to be a pretty telltale matchup. Who's going to be the top in NA? Fluff will take a couple of right clicks from AUI. The Orb of Venom going to work as he was trying to help out bottom. While this was happening, AUI dropped down a couple of observer wards as well, so they have this vision pretty much covered when it comes to actual this jungle covered with vision.
Yeah, like right now seeing Whitebeard do his business, pick up the bounty rune. It looks like he'll make the shift towards the bottom lane here, and just adding on to that note you were talking about, I'm sure Archon want to be able to come out with a big win here. They are the team that qualified for Shanghai. I anticipate that's going to be their next big event, and while many people are going to be looking at them as huge underdogs, they're hoping that they can come in and get some heads turning. So we'll have to see if they're going to get that opportunity or not while they pressure this bottom lane, which DC are already aware Whitebird is down there. Owie's going to take his business instead towards the mid lane and continue to harass Monkeys a bit. There is going to be a ward, but quickly it'll be gobbled up, and now Monkeys is just in a bit of a ruck.
Second time, and even if he doesn't put that much pressure on Monkeys forever, the threat of a bounty hunter coming mid is kind of annoying. But you just have to play up and just deal with it, I think, if you're Monkeys forever. Going back to talking about Shanghai, and I'll hold that thought. I think they might go on Monkeys now. He's going to pop the refraction. Going back to that thought about Shanghai, Complexity did beat Elite Wolves as they go into Shanghai Major, and I think any big win is a huge victory for them and a huge morale boost. I think if you can get that victory, especially in a best-of-5 series against a very good team, you're going to feel great going into the Major. That's important. So we'll see how this goes for Archon at the very least.
I didn't even realize I had the Desert Terran on. I'm probably triggering so many people right now, but it's okay.
Actually, I didn't want to say anything, but you are. People have messaged me. They're like, tell the Desert Terran. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, everybody. I'll get it fixed for the next one, but I don't want to miss any of the action as Owie makes his move towards the mid lane here. They have no vision of this, already taking away that sentry, and that's going to be enough of a commitment that will reward them with the first blood. And it's going to be Resolution, who does pick it up on his puck, getting ready to take off already. He is now going to be able to catch up a bit in the CS game. He was trailing a little bit behind, but this will get him back on the right track, and he'll be able to easily shuffle off towards the 4-minute regen room at the top of the river there.
Getting ganked by Resolution and AUI 2000, a TI5 winner, it's never going to be a fun time usually. He's done a great job. Monkeys Forever has actually done a great job surviving in this lane. He's actually gotten a lot of last hits too, sitting at 18. I think he'll have a better time last hitting than Resolution will because he's got a better animation. He's got refraction. But hold that thought, bottom lane, it looks like there's going to be some action here. Moo might get caught. Whitebeard's clarity up as well. They want to make it go. The cast will fly through. There's the Janata proc. They're really not slowing him that much, and he's already beneath the tower. You can see Fluff's coming in with Whitebeard to help out as well. Here's the snowball. Force 37 is going to get caught. He's got that Voodoo Restoration, the Shukuchi, and there's going to be the kill. The Ice Shards came out beautifully, blocked him up. They got a couple of right clicks, which will provide Moo the kill, which is huge.
Very nice stuff, and Archon are going to be able to get themselves on the board to even things up, and DC are aware of the presence coming in with those wards right now. We go back towards top lane. It's been a bit quiet up here, but Jo has been holding second as far as CS goes at 23-4. Now about 5.5 here. At about 5 minutes in, he's been able to really to make him a lot out of this top lane. It's a big success for him, but you can almost say the same. A win-win situation for Bulba on the other side. He hasn't been able to be globally present yet, so I'm not sure if that's something he's going to be looking out for, or if they are putting more priority on getting Bulba, you know, all the XP and all the levels before he really decides to kind of get his hands dirty.
He might just want like first item, whether it's phase or like an extra null tally, which he doesn't even have yet, which is surprising. He started out with the Basilius, I believe. But yeah, I'm surprised he didn't TP in mid. I'm surprised he didn't TP in bottom to go for that kill on Moo. You're exactly right about that. But he's still doing so well top lane that he's just like, well, I'll just farm. I'll get my phase boots now. He's done a great job trying to shut down Jo. Jo will go ahead and Quelling Blade his way through that Sprout as Bulba tried to go for a little bit of right click, but now with phase boots, he can certainly get involved with a TP anywhere. There's a snowball down bottom. Mason does have Shikuchi. There's the Centaur Conqueror Stomp. A rolling guys, they pop the dust, the Fairy Fire. They do the right click and they'll find it. And Moo will get another kill, but Bulba will TP down, but he's alone. Moo looking to turn back around with the press the attack, and Bulba's like, damn, I can't find anything here. I don't have the mana to sprout up either.
Ouch. Big move for them. Bulba will have to kind of take residence here for the free lane, or it looks like actually go for the 6-minute rune. But that forces out a rotation on top of the takedown on the obvious kill for the Mason there. But Jo could be the response to get a good Maledict, and Resolution going to be showing up. Oh. They will be able to get the split off, and look at the turnaround. He makes his move for the Witch Doctor. Theban will be pummeled apart by the 3 bears, and now he looks to turn back. Resolution, though, not going to be an easy target. He is waiting for these bears to expire. Orb is going to be on through, but a Cyclone is going to be coming out from Jo, and he hustles away, but look who's cutting him off. It's Owie. Boom. He's going to smack with Janata and Shuriken and get the kill. It looked like he got the miss initially, but in the end, we'll be able to take him down.
It was really weird. I thought like he missed, and maybe he shadow walked again. I'm not sure. That was really strange. It looked... I thought it said miss up there especially too, but no, I guess I was wrong. Either way, they get the kill. And that's just a really good turnaround. The split use for a kill for the Brewmaster, and he gets the kill before dying. I mean, he probably knew he was going to go down. He probably thought he was going to get away once he got the Cyclone up, but that's still a great play from AUI 2000, and it provides him a lot of experience as well as gold. He's level 4 now, trying to get to level 6. They should put him in a lane and just try to get him some solo experience so he can get to that level 6. It's so important for him to get track Dakota. It's going to be a huge ability.
Yeah, and you want to be able to get it in good time when you're going to be able to be on top and take a good fight, because if Chen is able to get to his level 6 and get that Hand of God going, then that one big fight you're hoping to take with that first big, boosted track gold ends up being a bit of a, downfall, then you're going to be stuck in a bit of a rut, and Bounty Hunter doesn't like to be in that position. It looks like he's getting close, though, too, to Arcanes, so he can freely spam out everything that's possible here, but we'll have to see. In the meantime, he'll just have to find a lane, or, like you said, some sort of place that he can bring in that solo XP. 8-minute rune. About to come out here. Marcus Forever's going to be first on the scene. And it's an Invis rune, thankfully for him, because could have been some pressure there, but it looks like he's just going to get poked a bit for taking the rune and take his business really elsewhere. While Resolution has Dream Coil ready to go. We'll see how proactive he wants to be about it. But top lane, that's where the activity's actually happening. And it's a commitment on the Jo, where they're going to be using the Death Ward. And, well, he doesn't have the bear split, so can't make it away. And it looks like DC could segue this into a tier 1 push.
Yeah, it should be a tier 1 push. Resolution's going to get caught mid lane. He doesn't have phase shift. He's actually going to get caught by Whitebeard. They don't have the Walrus Punch with the slow coming out. Elusior Test of Faith. He'll jaunt away. He's sitting at 90 HP after Fairy Fire coming through. They have side trap again before Dream Coil comes out. Resolution out of mana to be able to Elusior Orb away. Ice Shards, they're going to look for the kill with it. Phase shift should be available. It is.
Oh, he didn't get it off! Did he not see it coming because it went through the trees? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
wow.
Big snipe from Whitebeard on that one.
Phase shift off. Oh, that's so much gold for Whitebeard. That's actually huge for him. Man, he's level 6 now after that. He's up to like 600 gold after getting a bracer. Also, that tower push that we thought was coming top lane, they got the tower pretty low. Not in deny range, luckily, but still, they didn't get it down just yet. feel like Archon are doing a very good job this game so far, and we'll see how they transition this into the mid stage of the game.
Looks like they do have some stacks built up, but there was an obvious sentry there kind of scouting the situation and blocking the further stacks, so Monkeys will be able to get rid of it and begin to go to work through that big boost to side economy. But Resolution knows this is happening, could consider swimming around that way, but it looks like instead he'll make the transition towards the top lane where action may be soon to break out. Moo showing himself in the lane. Owie going to be coming around the corner. Do they have Dust? No, they have a sentry though, but they don't see that Owie is nearby.
So low.
Though. Resolution does have coil, just comes off cooldown now, and just as fast Archon already heading out the back door.
I think they saw him with a Dark Troll Summoner was put up here a little bit, roughly, something like that. And so he saw Resolution walk through the tree line. And if he had walked up and if he was able to initiate, I'm pretty sure that's a team fight that definitely goes the way of DC. Because they didn't have the TP for JO. I mean, he could have TP'd up there, but it would have been too late, and then he probably would have TP'd it immediately. They would have the death ward down, so it turns into a fight that doesn't actually happen. They're doing okay in farm. The Legion is actually the highest in net worth, and he's going to be going for the Shadow Blade, which is just fine. He can even transition into Silver Edge later, which is, I guess that gets rid of probably just the Geminid attack, I'm pretty sure, unless there's anything else that I'm missing. It's actually not that great.
Yeah, but obviously going to be putting more value into having the sneak attack here. And if she can be able to build in some early, fast dual damage, that would kind of go with the pace that their draft really calls out for. I mean, this isn't a lineup that's going to be banking to take this one down to 40 minutes or so. Mid lane, Resolution, revisit from Whitebeard as they move in. He gets uppercutted. Can they get the finish? Coil on the response. Team are going to be moving in. Maledict and a Death Ward going to be committed for Monkeys forever, and it's so much damage. And he is going to be easily taken down. Whitebeard, though, will be able to TP away to safety, but an attempted gank under Resolution. And Sour top lane. They got a duel on the Owie. Will this be the first tick of damage? No. They will get the kill, but it will be happening too late. All the meanwhile, they also get a kill. It looks like Weaver gets the pick off onto Chen back in the lane while Moo is trying to get some redemption here with the help of the creeps, but it's not going to be happening.
That's really good for Mason. He knows he can't help AY, and he knows Ched is going to be the easier target. Ched, not very tanky, has very little armor, which is huge for a Weaver with, of course, the Swarm and Geminid attack. He's going to try to push Moo off the lane with Shikuchi, but really great stuff. The fact that Resolution got that kill mid is huge. That's going from one mid laner to the other and just feeding the gold away, which is so big, and he just barely survived. They weren't able to get Whitebeard, but still, a kill is a kill. And really great rotations from DC to help out there. Sure, AY 2000 goes down. He's still struggling in terms of levels. He should be the lowest, and he kind of is. The dust will come out as well. Ice shards will fly through. He gets netted up as well. This is going to be a solo kill. Whitebeard gets off the War's Punch. The snowball as well. Another ensnare. And that is that. And Moo will pick up the kill with the overrolling Yonta.
Doesn't stop there, though, Maut. Bottom lane, they made their move for JO. He's going to be forced to pull out the split now, and he's looking to actually turn it back the other way, but he has no reinforcements. It looks like the split is going to be all defensive. Can he make it away from trouble? Resolution has a coil ready. Theban looking to cut off that last bear. Can he get the scout? He's got the ward down. They see JL pop out. Are they going to be committing a coil for this kill? They certainly will. And the death ward on top of it. JO going to be going down. Nice follow through coming out from Digital Chaos.
1437's death wards have been outstanding, man. They've been so good. Like, he had the one mid lane, and there was no refraction available for the Templar Assassin. They get one on a tanky Brewmaster down bottom. Problem is just they don't have the armor really to deal with the damage coming up from. That's a level 1 death ward. It's level 2. It's even further damage, but still, Mason's gonna go mid. Whitebeard's gonna get caught. He'll continue to farm. They'll take the bottom tier 1 tower because of it, and they'll defend top as AUI 2000's up here trying to leech that level 6 in. He's just not there yet, and now there's a Shadow Blade as well for Moo on the Legion Commander.
This is the worst feeling now, just when you're this bounty hunter and you're so close to being able to get that precious track, all that sweet intel, that potential of net worth comeback. But he's got to be forced to wait a bit as Fluff makes his move for the tower. And obviously Moo has the Shadow Blade, as you mentioned, en route and not looking to just casually show himself in the lane once he gets it here. He's going to show himself one last time without the Shadow Blade, and then he will quickly pick it up, and he's going to look to, get his hands bloody with it. Can he pick up the extra bit of dual damage here? All the meanwhile, DC, in exchange for that top tier 1, we see this trade in many a Dota games, and that's going to be Dire taking away the Roche as a trade-off.
AY has got his level 6, but he's getting shadowed by Moo. There's a duel coming out soon, but Moo, he can't get it in time as the shadow will come through. Oh, just kidding.
They got the dust, but he still can't grab him. He's waiting for it. Snowball will finally put him in his lap, and Moo will be able to get off the quick duel. Now mid lane, that means that Monkeys Forever is potentially alone here, and DC It looked like they were going to try to make a move onto him, but that is not going to be the case. And yeah, look at that. Moo gets his first bonus 10 damage now. And Owie, well, congratulations at reaching level 6, I suppose.
I don't know if they saw. They should have seen the fact that he had a Shadow Blade on him now. They should know that it's already came out, especially with him killing AUI 2000. So they need to start purchasing a lot of detection. You see there's a couple of sentry wards up for the Bounty Hunter. I don't think they want to build a gem yet, especially because they have a Bounty Hunter, and if they lose that gem, that's such a bad thing. They have to make that decision, though, and that's going to be a tough decision later on down the road. Still, they did take Roach while that was happening, and AUI did get to his level 6. So it comes down to, we can get tracks off, we can maybe team fight. How close are they to Blink Dagger and Puck? They have one. Maybe it's go time now with that Blink Dagger for Resolution, Dakota.
Yep, Blink Dagger on Resolution, obviously with the Aegis, you're going to look to kind of make some use out of that before it does expire here, but it's unfortunate for Archon because this is also a great moment for them. They have Hand of God, and well, look at this. There's Smoke, Brewmaster Splits ready to go, Walrus Punch. They still got that Shadow Blade on Moo. They're not looking to step down while the Aegis is on the other side. Oh, it looks like they're not going to be able to get the catch here. Jo makes his attempt at a jump, but they will be coming up short. A quick drop of a Sentry Ward, and they see that Moo is in the neighborhood here, potentially. Fluff now going to get tracked up from Owie. A flank could be coming in from Digital Chaos. If the positioning is not careful from Archon, they quickly get the hell out of there, but Resolution makes his move. Jumps in, big rift, big coil. Quickly gets the finish onto Fluff, and will take the secondary support and Whitebeard down. Now they want more. They're thirsty for blood. Can they get a hold of Moo here? Going to be shuffled back while they are going to be able to take down Thievin on the other side with the help of Jo. Moo now caught within a Sprout. Looking to go the high ground here. Gets it, TP off. Will be able to make it away. Mason tries to get him down, but it's not going to be happening. He makes it out while Jo cleans up another, finishing off Bulba. Resolution very low here. Monkey's on the chase, but it looks like Resolution will be able to make it to the low ground and TP away from trouble. But look at this. Mason forced to pull out the time lapse, gets himself back to full, and now they want to get Jo down. He's tracked up. He has no more split, but he's pretty big, so they don't want to be bothering.
Yeah, the threat of TP is also, everybody's alive now. The threat of people TPing into that tier 2 is very dangerous. That looks so good for Digital Chaos, and it turns into a fight where they lose 2 heroes because they're all chasing after Moo, which they didn't even kill him, by the way, because he was so damn fast with overwhelming odds. And they lose 2 heroes because 1437 is like, help, I'm getting killed by a Brewmaster. They're going to try to find him now with the cast coming through. They've got a silence ready. Dream Crawl is up at 10. He's still so damn speedy. Can they bring him down? They're tough now.
They swarm both sides. They are going to be able to get the catch on the Thievin here. Another coil being committed from Resolution to get the quick snap onto Fluff. This time he was able to get the Hand of God off, and now Mason, after committing on in deep, he still has the Aegis to work with here. Can't afford losing his life, but there really is not a lot of extra help from DC here, so you don't want to be overcommitting and handing over too much. Owie, though, continues to dish out the tracks in hopes that being able to get a couple of pickoffs here will reward them with a pretty big purse, but it looks like they'll have to sacrifice the tier 1 tower. This one going to be picked up from Archon now as they end up making the trade 2 for 1.
No, this is what we were talking about. DC have like no tank heroes whatsoever. You don't need anybody really to tank if you have good team fight. You can control people well enough. But they can't, like, they need like 5-man troop kills. Otherwise, like the Brewmaster, Whitebeard, and even Moo are just gonna run at you. They're big tanky heroes. They're getting easy kills because of it. They're so tough to bring down. Where on the other side, DC's falling like almost instant. Like, you saw how quickly Resolution died during that duel. Sure, he had 2 or 3 people focusing him down, but he dies instantly, man. Like, this is a big issue. And DC are going to have to find a way to rectify that. One of the ways is going to be a Lincoln Sphere for Mason, and maybe a Lincoln for the Puck as well later on down the road. But they definitely need some extra help coming their way in terms of itemization.
And maybe if they got the track gold, Owie would be able to pick up like a mech towards getting like the Grieve, let's say. That would be a great set of substance that, or sustain that would be fantastic for their team fights. But he's a bit off the quota on being able to kind of get that together. But he is taking the steps towards that way. They're hustling down this bottom lane. Moo is around, but he is hiding out.
Oh, he's not. He's going to Shadow Blade and go for this duel.
Let's see. Can he get it in time? No, he's actually taking his business elsewhere. Mason may be too tough of a target. He'll just smack him instead with a bit of nuke damage and walk away. And just as fast as he makes his appearance, the rest of DC have 180'd back into the jungle here in hopes of cutting him off, and it looks like Resolution will be able to do so. Gets off the quick rift, and they will be able to take him down. Man.
That's such a huge kill. I don't think they got track off for it, though. But it's still a big kill. Resolution gets 753 gold, 953 total, as AUI does get 200. I guess he was in the vicinity. Resolutions is up mid lane, meanwhile, Dakota looking
Dire's
for, he
middle
doesn't have
tower
Dream
is
Coil, but
under
he can still
attack.
get a combo off here and maybe just shadow them and try to annoy them as there's some push happening here.
Bulba's here, though, and now he makes the jump with the silence. There's the Sprout. Can they right-click down Fluff? They certainly can, and they get the track hold with it. Big pick off for him. They'll smack Jo with the track as they walk away with their
Dire's
sweet
turret
little hit
has
and
been
run.
killed.
But all the meanwhile, Dire
Radiant's
going to be losing their
bottom tower
courier
is
here.
under attack.
Up by their ancient camp, Whitebeard has spotted it out and just taking it down.
Radiant's bottom
They
tower
had nothing,
has
no
fallen.
cargo on it, but still a nice grab for them. Gives them a little bit of extra money, and it looks like DC are going to start taking measures and dewarding the Roche Pit area.
Yeah, this is why, I mean, like, that's the trade-off. And almost any time you kill a courier like that, it's like, okay, there's either, they have a ward at some point, so we just have to deward it. Sure, we lost our courier, but at least we get a little bit of extra vision going away. Yeah, there was nothing on it, but that's a huge kill. It gives them so much extra gold for Archon. Right now, they actually have a 2,000 net worth
Radiant's
advantage.
top tower
And this
is
is
under
what needs to
attack.
happen. DC pretty much just have to track up and find pickoffs. If they take a 5-on-5 engagement now, they're not nearly tanky / they don't have enough items to
Radiant's
deal
top
with all of the
tower
damage
has
coming out
fallen.
from Archon. So they have to avoid fighting into split. They have to avoid fighting into
Radiant's
a duel and
middle
Hand of
tower
God, and they
is
just have
under
to find
attack.
pickoffs. And hopefully that'll be able to get them up and farmed enough to get those items where they will eventually be able to fight, 5v5.
In the meantime, Monkey's forever getting back into the grind of farm right now. Has his Deso and Blink, so this lady hits like a frickin' truck here, but still needs to be able to kind of take the steps towards building up that possible BKB grab here and some survivability. As she waits in the lane, and DC surround like vultures here. It looks like they're not going to be able to get the opportunity to get the pick on to Monkeys at this point. Instead, maybe Archon looking to find an opportunity to make their own creep towards the Roche Pit here with that Deso now done. Chen, of course, being around with the mighty Chen creeps. I don't think anyone has a medallion of the sorts, but they definitely have the potential to kind of take the Roche.
We'll see if there's going to be a fight around this pit sooner rather than later. Mason's going to continue to farm up. He'll look for his Lincoln Sphere later on down the road. He's very close. The courier will be back up in a minute anyways. Bulba has his full Orchid, so they're getting to that next set of items. Archon are also looking to fight. They're going to push bottom. Jo is in a very good spot. He's blinking for a clap and split. And DC will smartly back away, but this will mean that there is going to be push happening mid. They've got Cliff. There's a Centaur Conqueror coming in. Mason will maybe get stomped here. They're going to have to maybe think about defending this bottom tier 2 tower. We'll see if that's going to be the case.
Jo is perched up on the side right now. He's going to make his jump clap in, looking to go from 1-4-3-7 here, even pulling out the split. DC look to disengage and just force him to use the big ulti. It will allow Archon to be able to finish up this tier 2 easily, but where they got that, DC got some good push on the mid lane, clearing out that tier 1, and Bulba is doing work still in this top lane, so Archon will take their winnings right now. Will they step back for the Roche? Jo's in the pit. They actually already got it, so still got a little bit more time.
Yeah, it's just about to respawn here, and Archon are looking to just stay around that pit, wait for it to respawn and go. And I don't know, DC could probably fight this. They don't have Split Up anymore. They have Dream Coil ready to go. They almost have the Lincoln Sphere for a couple of these heroes that got the Orchid for Bulba now. If they had a mech, it'd be even better, and I'd say definitely they could fight it, but that's not actually the case. But we'll see. They actually do have AUI coming through and just trying to get some vision here. They'll find Mu, who has picked up a Sange, interestingly enough. Whether that is going to be a Silver Edge or a Heaven's Halberd later on, or some other item like an SY, which I don't think will be the case. We'll see what it is. But Resolution's going to get shadowed up. They're looking for a duel, and they're going to find it.
Can they get the burst behind it right now so he can get the bit of damage on top? Will he even need it? Oh my god, he just did that from top to bottom himself. Congratulations on your 1,127th duel victory there, Mu. And now they're going to make their move into the pit without fear of the puck.
Yeah, and that's free Roche. I mean, that's just really good play. Just find a pick off, go to Roche, get it done, and now they have an even bigger advantage to get another dual victory. It's an S and Y. So I joked about it, but I am wrong. He went for the S and Y, interestingly enough. That's so good, though, I guess, this game, because it gives you a lot of movement speed. The main proc to chase even further after a couple of heroes, it just makes you tanky and just gives you just about everything. So I think this is actually a pretty good choice now that I think about it, but I think they see AUI. Yeah, they have a gem. They picked up a gem. AUI is probably dead.
He creeps in towards that vision of the trap. They finally have spouted him, and they're going to make their move. Whitebeard snowballs forward. Walrus punch. Owie has accepted his fate, but they conveniently have the timing for the duel, and an extra bonus free damage going to be awarded here for Mu. He's now up to 48 extra damage.
So AUI can't get vision. It's going to be a lot harder to gank some of these heroes, and I don't know. For DC, this feels like a very tough game. You can see already the Weaver has picked up a Lincoln Sphere and an Ogre Club, which could be the start of a BKB, which is two very defensive items this game, but might find mid. Jayo's going to get silenced up. Gemini attack will fly. The side trip will go to slow things up. They'll actually think about splitting. Cancel the animation. Here's the Snowball. Monkey's forever jumps in with a Blink Decker phase shift, but Resolution will get destroyed. Jumped up into the air and back down to Earth, where he belongs. The fuck himself will go down as the SMY finishes for Maut.
Absolute assault coming in from Archon now. They're going to take this momentum and transition it down this mid lane. Are they going to be considering some tickling pressure here onto the high ground? Maybe in hopes of forcing out an early buyback from Resolution, but he has no funding for it. And now look at Monkeys go to work with the help of that extra attack speed coming out from Maut, man. He is trucking through this tier 3. DC are going to have to do something about it. Bulba is already working on trying to split pressure. He's got a tier 2, it looks like, of his own in that top lane, but the tier 3 goes down. The Rax's mod are already exposed, and they're going to get the easy grab early. They're going to go straight for the range Rax and probably pull right out.
Yeah, this is an excellent start to this game. 25 minutes in, and they get the Aegis. They're putting pressure up on the base. They've already gotten the range racks, and there's really no way DC can fight into this because the split is still there. They've got to. They have every single ultimate available for the Radiant team. They'll back away, it looks like, together, happy with what they've accomplished, but the immediate smoke coming out from Digital Chaos. Maut's going to try to TP away, can't quite get out. He doesn't have the Aegis. He gets the Shadow Blade off. The silence comes through. They're trying to bring him down. Press the attack will fly. He will go down. The first step of this fight. Will they get more? They're going to try to chase after Whitebeard. He will be able to make it out. They don't have disables. Circuit Toss on cooldown for 3 seconds. They will get a much-needed pick-off on the Legion Commander, but it's still not enough. While this is happening, the Siege Group's just going to town on this melee rack too, Dakota.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's down to like about only a 10% of its life pool left. Almost a free double set of racks right there for Archon, and continuous pressure down this mid lane. And DC, man, they're still persistent. They actually spot out Fluff, but Fluff, he's got a haste rune, so he's going to get the hell out of there. That little, whatever the hell it is that Chen is riding is moving pretty damn fast. No. But look at that. They drop down a sentry. Mason's going to be forced to time lapse away. And he gets the hell back.
AY caught again, and until they can get that gem off of Whitebeard, he'll continue to die if he's being a bit too aggressive. And it just seems right now that DC, they can't fight into this. They just can't do it. It's not possible for them to fight into this lineup. Not yet, anyway. They need to be able to at least Orchid off Geo, but he has a BKB, so that doesn't matter. Like, Archon are in such a good spot right now. They haven't even taken the last outer tower yet, and they're about to do so here. And at least Jay's got a pressure, but still, I don't know really what DC can do, Dakota, to actually get back into this game. This draft is really not that great, honestly.
Yeah, it's not looking to take fights here. I mean, Theban's going to get caught out and taken down here. Bulba trying to TP away. It looks like he will be able to under his Sprout. They had the vision, but they didn't have a way to stop him. Whitebeard did have Lawless Punch, but obviously can't make it in there. But yeah, Void team fights. They're trying their best to kind of, split pressure the other lane, stall things out a bit. Maybe if Mason was able to kind of put together some raw damage right now, but we know he's building into some extra, defensive items right now. That damage is going to be put off quite a bit. And Maut can continue to just go on the prowl. This is a very difficult game for DC, and we'll have to see what plan B potentially is going to be for them. But I imagine they're not going to get a lot of time to do so. Archon are just going to continue to put the pedal to the metal.
They're going straight down mid. They've already got a Moonshot for Monkeys Forever. Jayo has a Vlad, so even if they get a Midas armor item like a Desolator on the Weaver, it's not going to matter because he's going to get an AC later as well. The Desolator from Monkeys Forever is owning with press the attack, as you talked about earlier. This Baylor X is probably going to go down. Jayo will pop the BKB, and they're going to try to kite this, but while that happens, they will lose their mid-racks. Jayo and Archon will try to back together. Sinking a lot of damage. He's going to have to split here just to back up. So at least that's one positive for Digital Chaos, but that's it. I mean, they waste BKB, they waste split. They're going to try to chase this. We'll see if that's actually going to be able to happen.
This happened last time. This, though, Archon able to blink away, and they are quick to make a retreat. They're not looking to get caught. DC still chasing, man. They are hustling. Their smoke will pop. They know they're close. Are they going to be able to get the grab on anyone, though? Archon seem to be just too far and away. But now Jayo actually turning around, makes a jump from Mason. They pop the link. It's now Maut, makes a jump in with a duel, and Resolution trying to help out, commits the coil, commits a silence. They got the hand of God, looking to return back around. Mason will live, time lapses and looks to retreat. Monkeys Forever begins to clean house right now as he quickly takes down Theban. Now they go up to the high ground looking for Bulba. They go ahead and pincer him, and they're going to get that kill. Resolution forced to jump deep into enemy territory to sidestep him. But DC altogether need to avoid the fight, and Archon will be able to be rewarded with a 2-for-1 pickoff. They do lose Moo, but they still are coming out on top of these fights. Jo, though, this could change things a bit. It looks like just a little bit of harassment. He'll step off and be fine. Owie is able to get his mech now for DC's sake. We'll hope it's not too little too late.
I think.
But
I honestly think that was one of the best case scenarios. The fact that they got Moo in that last fight, it was a very good death ward. The amount of damage they do with death ward, because there's not that much armor coming out, is pretty insane. But there will be with Vlad's as well as AC picked up. They're shadowing Monkeys forever down bottom. He'll be able to blink into the tree line. AUI is going to try to find him, but my God, is this man farmed. Top in net worth, Blink, Moonshard, Aquila, Desolator, Chrysalis. He's going to have a Daedalus pretty soon here too, and it just is going to get worse and worse for DC. The BKB is almost done for Mason, but that's not gonna really do anything. Like, he can't stand and deliver and take, give a ton of damage. Like, it's just not enough yet anyways. He needs a bigger damaging item coming out here pretty soon.
Where Monkeys Forever is right now, it's just absolutely crazy. No BKB is going to be stopping the onslaught or right-click damage that he's going to be able to bring forward here. Mason tries to make it away. They pop the Linkage. They get the duel off. He's not going to be TPing out. He's in trouble. Owie could step in, but his mech is on cooldown. Nothing is going to be able to save the little beetle.
They don't get the duel win, which is, again, it's like, well, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world. It's just like they're trying to get whatever they can at this point. And really, if that's it, if that's what you're getting, it's not great. As the Orchid coming out on the Monkeys Forever, they're going to try to bring him down. He's going to go ahead and have his refraction up. Silence up Death Ward. This is going to be a big kill. Death for 72. That's dominating spree. It will go to the Witch Doctor. Now he's suddenly up to 1,800 gold, and you're like, well, what do I buy now? I feel like at this point, you actually just have to get an Axe this game because you need more damage. One way to do that is to get an Aghanim Scepter. So
they did commit a couple of ultimates there to get that kill, and Archon looked itchy for a fight, hoping to kind of, take advantage of that cooldown window, but no opportunity will be there. DC are quick to split. Bulba will continue to pressure that bottom lane, so someone from Archon will have to address it, and it looks like they're not going to be doing a whole lot more until the return of Monkeys. So this stalls out a bit of time for DC, but I imagine both teams are going to start to get percolated about this big boy here. Roche going to be coming up in the near future within about 30 seconds. Archon just hoping that with their huge item and huge economy that they're going to be able to just easily grab it up, but do you think DC, it's like do or die for them to be able to contest or take this Aegis? Can they continue to play this like
I don't know if they can give this away. They might want to, but I don't know if that's really going to be the best idea. If they give another Roach up, I'm pretty sure they just lose the game. And I think they know that too. They picked up Vlad's, by the way, for 1437. He'll cast up, he'll get the Maledict off of the Whitebeard. They're chasing after somebody else. Of course, that's going to be AOI 2000 who's in the tree line. They ping him out. They know exactly where he is. He'll get the courier, but he is still going to die. And now this could be Roach. Oh, maybe not. They know that heroes are here nearby. Moo's going to come in, however, AUI 2000 will go down to the test of fate, and they will take down that ward as well. But in the meantime, Bulba is going to be split pushing. She might put a little bit of pressure off that Roach pit here. We'll see. AUI is back up in 25 seconds. Can they contest Roach in that period of time? They're hanging around the pit, Dakota. This might be their chance. We'll see if they can get something done.
Bulba does his work to pressure, and will have the TP to kind of be a presence towards a fight if necessary here. But it's your traditional Roche standoff from both sides right now. Not looking to adventure too far away, but don't want to be doing nothing at all. So jungle what camps you can from your neighbors, and then continue to kind of touch base with where the other team is right now. We'll take this moment to look over the vision. We're looking at Radiant now, and they kind of have a casual glimpse over the front step of the pit right there, but nothing really beyond it. So they're going to smoke up. On the other side, Dire's vision, really about the same. They actually could potentially not scout any sort of upcoming pressure here from Archon. Archon, I don't know if they're thinking about going right to the pit. They're just waiting on the front door of it right now. Oh, they'll see the orb go in. They'll see that DC scouted nothing, and now they're thinking about making their move in, but here comes DC. A big cast could be there, and it could ruin the whole flow, but Monkeys makes the jump, looking to take Demon out right away. Resolution moves in, gets a big coil off, and they quickly take down the Chen. Snowball comes out from Whitebeard to kind of keep him alive and makes his move and quickly takes out Owie, and now blocks off the way up to the high ground there as he uses his shards effectively. Resolution, though, commits on in, gets the kill, follows that one up, a double kill for him. But now Jo in his split form, able to rid of another backliner here. Moo moves in. Bulba able to escape, hides within his Sprout, is going to be able back to safety. Oh, jump down, Resolution. Able to sidestep. Monkeys in pursuit, though. Resolution will be able to make it away. Do Archon have enough to kind of go back into the pit and finish it? They
Well, it
certainly
doesn't matter.
do.
Look what's happening top. Bulba's going to try to go for this tier 3 tower. Meanwhile, bottom, Mason is chasing after Moo, who's Shadow Bladed up. Well, maybe it's vice versa. There's going to be the duel coming out here. Actually, he can't because he doesn't have any way to break Liquid Sphere. But
Nope.
So they're going to get Roach here, but they're going to lose a lot of damage on that. Well, maybe a little bit of damage on the tier 3 tower. Tier 3 is actually going to go down, so that's huge. But they still lose Aegis, and this time I think it is Cheese as well. They put it both on Monkeys Forever. He might actually be in trouble. They have nobody here nearby to help him out.
Oh, Bulba rotates in, but there's going to be Moo with the Purge, and now he turns back for Owie. Owie's going to be forced to take a couple of shots and have to step back. Now they put their focus for Moo, who's going to be sprouted up. He has no way to make it out, and they see him. He can't Shadow Blade away, and he will be right-clicked down. Resolution grabs that one. Now Monkey's looking to re-engage now that he has the help of Fluff and company. As they move in, Mason going to be forced to time-lapse away, pops his BKB, and looks to Sakuchi away. Whitebeard in. Oh, Death Ward quickly canceled with an uppercut on the chin of Theban. Resolution drops a Death Coil, catches out 2 from the backside, and they quickly stay close. Resolution follows it up with a good silence. Jail going to BKB it off, while Monkeys moves in and gets the finish on the Bulba. As they look for Resolution, he is able to sidestep over the cliff. Jail looks to pursue, but this seems to be the conclusion of that hell of a crazy skirmish right there. It's going to be 3 going down from the side of DC on the back end of this one, so Archon will lose move.
DC could have backed up there together. They could have maybe said, we don't want to take this fight, but they go for it nonetheless, and they are punished severely. And in almost every team fight, it feels like, all right, we got Moo. Shit, we're losing the fight. What do we do, guys? What's happening? That's what it feels like for DC in almost every engagement. They're just getting caught so often. And they just... Once Dream Coil is down, they have nothing. Death Ward's going to get canceled by the Walrus Punch, as you saw. AUI dies almost instantly in almost every fight. Same for Bulba too, to a certain extent. They just don't have. It's not even like they have good team fight. You know, besides the tankiness that we talked about, they just don't have good, I guess, synergy for their team in general.
Now Mason looking to kind of pick up for the lack of damage. It does feel like he has. He goes for the MKB. What I wager will be building into the MKB here. I don't know if he's anticipating the TA to be picking up a butterfly, or maybe worst case scenario, you have to double back into something crazy like a rapier, but
it's really good against Brewmaster, but that's why I think he thinks he's picking up. But we'll see.
Gets rid of the natural drunken brawler that he does come with there. So just one of those nice little benefits when you pick up something like a Brew or a Wind Ranger, let's say. It just forces your opponents to itemize a certain way. And as you can see here, Weaver, though, a typical candidate on picking up the MKB, will be able to make some strong use out of it. Looks like Owie is going to be pretty deep on scouting things out, but needs to be careful. Whitebeard is close with the gem. Oh, but Whitebeard turns and walks away, so they're not going to be able to get the spout here onto Owie. Oh, something's fishy. Oh, man.
They almost got him. I thought they knew for a moment there, but like AOI is playing so aggressively, he knows there's a gem up on Whitebeard. He just has to avoid him as much as possible, but even that's just very difficult. I do like how DC are splitting up the map and trying to split push as much as possible. They picked up a Mjolnir on Bulba, so he is getting damage. The biggest problem is just AOI, I feel like JOAN Mookie's Forever, really. Chewing through Refraction and chewing through the Brew lanes is very, very, very important to do. Bottom lane, Mookie's Forever is going to pop the Refraction. Mason will chase him down. Jaminate will go rather than Swarm will go. There's going to be a crit coming out. He will destroy at the last right click as he did time-lapse away. There's a lot of damage coming through from both Mookie's Forever and, of course, nearby was Fluff to help out, but a lot of damage.
And DC are going to get the benefit of stalling things as best as possible. But Archon, in the meantime, are just going to have to make the best of it here. I do have to say, for DC's credit, this is, certainly an Archon lineup where they were hoping to kind of be able to be, pretty much in GG territory right now. I mean, I believe I said like 40 minutes, it could be a bit sketchy here, but so far so good for them, and they still have some time here on the Aegis to work with. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to make anything out of it, but I haven't seen them even been able to cross the river in quite a while.
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like Archon has very good early game territory, but they also have pretty good late game too with Mookie's Forever, and of course dual damage later on down the road. Legion's very good, but she actually hasn't gotten that many duels. They've done a great job. He's only got 48 dual damage at 38 minutes. I think that's pretty under par.
For so long, yeah.
Yeah, that's not great, right, Dakota? Like, I don't think that's a very good number, honestly, for them. So they've at least got that going for them, which is nice. But
it doesn't feel like a good 40-minute number,
No,
maybe
I agree with you.
3 digits you're hoping to have.
Yeah, if 100 would be very nice, I think, for them, but he's not quite there yet.
That feels like a proper quota, but We'll have to see. Archon knows smoke, and we'll have to see what kind of opportunities are going to be opening up for them here. Still
on Mason. Maybe? Nah, he's fine. They're going to head top, though. I think... yeah, DC might be in trouble here. They actually see Monkeys forever with that ward. But Mason's going to walk right up, and he's about to see Fluff. Oh, God. Ooh. Time lapse out just in time. The snowball's going to come through. 437 is going to get dueled up there. And that will bring him closer to that 3-digit number, my friend, up to 66 now. So, okay. He heard us talking about it. He's like, yeah, I better get a duel off in time. And he gets one.
And this will allow Archon to kind of be able to move forward here. Death Ward has been a big problem for them this game. And that's something they don't have to really worry about. But thankfully, Feedman, of course, being his very selfless 5 position, not a very long death timer for him. So he's not going to be out of the picture very long. While Bulba... Oh! Ow! 3 hits is all it takes. The first one being a huge crit. My God, Bulba. Absolutely assaulted here in the bottom lane. Owie coming in.
Resolution now. Oh, good blink away. They saw, I think, him walking through the jungle here with his observer ward. But, has a Hex, which I haven't talked about yet. It's a very good item this game. There's almost an MKB for Mason. I feel like he needs to buy it. Because if he saves for buyback, I think the game's just over. They just don't have enough in the tank right now. Bulba does have buyback, and that's going to be huge. They're going to try to push into this base. And this is probably going to be the final fight here if DC loses it. But we'll wait and see if that's going to be the case.
Buyback does come out from Bulba here. Jao with a very hard commitment, even using his BKB to hopefully take down Theban. Not going to be able to get it. Theban now going to be quickly healed up. They turn back. It's enough space to get the quick kill on the tier 3, though. Now Rax is exposed. Monkeys makes quick work of the range. Rax now looks to go for the melee. This could be DC down 2. Resolution forced to make his move. Jumps in, gets off the coil. It's on the 2, but Monkeys forever stands, plants, and fights, and quickly annihilates 1. Mason going to be taken out. No buyback for him. This could very well just be the game. Archon, in what feels like one quick swoop, take game number 1.
That was it. I mean, they bought out. Bulba decided to buy back. Mason had to buy the MKB. They knew they didn't have enough damage, and they just tried to take a fight, and it does not go their way. And I think a lot of that has to do with the draft. I think Archon just outdrafted them. You know, I think maybe some people might disagree with me, but I thought that was an absolutely impressive display from Archon. A great draft coming through, really great play coming out from Jao, from Monkeys, and from Moo, and even really the rest of their squad. In DC, they had some good pickoffs, man, but they didn't really have the greatest team composition. So this is a best of 5, and I really want to see it go 5 games. So hopefully we'll see maybe DC even this bad boy up, and we can have a good series on our hands, Dakota.
I hope so, if we're going to be lucky enough for that full best of 5, but that will just conclude game number 1, folks. So we have more in store for you. We'll cut to a break. When we return, more BTS America's 3 grand final action with myself, KotLGuy, and my co-caster, Maut. We'll see you very soon.